Hello and welcome to Cosmic Sage. I hope that it's not too noisy here. The air is trying to catch up to the temperature that the house is containing. It got a little warm today. Now, this is a message that I got off the cuff for the signs Capricorn, Cancer, and or Virgo, or any or all of these signs, right? Any placement. And so it could be you or the person you're thinking of. The bottom of the deck, I saw the Ace of Wands, and in the cut, I saw Seven of Wands. So one of you, one of these signs that I mentioned, may be involved with somebody who is maybe keeping an eye on them. They're not letting them go, and they are chasing them for, say, bedroom reasons. And you're holding back. You're standing your ground. So I see it in the cards. If it's yours, it is yours. Now the community area is open for the subscribers to mingle over there if they want to say hi and or leave a question if they want to let me know that they're interested, if they are or not, in the stalking series I'm going to do. Thinking that we're going to do that one. We're going to implement it maybe 2-3 signs at a time. Some of my streams, whether I have people in chat where they can mingle and talk or not, do get a little bit winded. And I've been wrestling with an issue, so I have to kind of like tame myself down, limit the length. Now, the party that we're going to have when we do cross the threshold of 600 plus, now I say 600 plus because things change quickly and they can rapidly drop after they go right to a goal. So I'm saying plus. But at the moment that we do that, it's going to just be, we're going to jump, we're going to do the hello and, hi and catch up with everybody. But I will immediately, there will be no reading of anything except your 2 free answers. And I will save the rest of the tea for these kind of reads, these no chat enabled reads. And I'm going to do a little implement both ways. Now, if we see the channel grow, then I will have more open chat. And I hope that that is okay and that everyone understands that. Okay, so we have 5 signs. If you have been paying attention, the 5 signs are on the tagline as well. They, I will read them off to you. They are Libra, Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Cancer. And they could be any placement. I feel these are you, so you're the querent, but if you have to flip it, go right ahead and flip it. You are at Cosmic Sage. Thank you so much. If you haven't been able to, or you're just new here, welcome. But don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a party here before long. There's going to be a lot of things going on. There's a new addition to one of our channels that you might learn about if you're new, or if you've been around, you're an OG. Thanks so much for being here and for everything you do. I'm trying to get everything in my mind that I wanted to say out. So don't forget to like, share. Let's get the channel growing and thriving so the algos will see us as vibrant out here. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and start bouncing in this because there is some previous pulled energy that I've already done, and there's going to be some new, well, where I'll do it here on the mic. We are in the works of going back on camera, but I'm just not at all sure when. So I just want you to know that it's not going to forever be this way. Some of you know that I have my reasons why I have had to do this, but yes, there is something being worked out here. So Libra, we have the motives deck. So you have somebody, this was an interesting pull because I started out with the motives deck, and someone's holding on to you. They're transforming themselves, but they want to install fear in you. So this is like a magician energy, sorcery. And they want you to fear something or the unknown, or fear being away from them, alone from them, or with somebody other than them. This is somebody I think they want you to feel attached to them. They don't want you to feel secure or confident, Libra, without them. So we have Scream Park and fear, horrified. You may have gone to amusement parks together or haunted houses. This person wants you to feel like you need them, that you can reach out for them if need be. This is the kind of person who would put like different kinds of nuances into some kind of spell work if they do that, which it did look like they could, okay? Not everybody is going to be the same, so it doesn't have to be yours. Take what is yours, of course, and leave for who it is for them. Each Libra is different. So they're the type that could be putting things out there to kind of scare you. Like if you see, like, say you're somebody who's adverse to crows or spiders, or, you know, some of the darker energy that we would equate to be Halloween-like, right? This is the kind of thing they might put on your path. And they could do things to scare you in other ways, like maybe if they know where you live, maybe taunt you, like putting something in your path or doing something to your window, which they literally could be trying to get in. I'm not trying to scare you. Use your own discernment. We don't know yet what we're getting in the tea. That has not come up, but I'm just saying they could use things to scare you, so you'll feel like you need to call them, run to them, rush to them, remember them, because they want you to have them to turn to. They're installing fear. So they may have done some kind of ritual that will install fear. Could be bringing bad dreams even. You also did get, this is the reason I'm going here, you did get the Warlock card. So this person's casting spells, it says it right here, Magician and Wizard. So like I said, does not have to apply to you. But if this person, if you've ever known them to use spell work, if they're wizardry, this is their kind of like behaviors, their attitude, that they're somebody that likes to say words and try to manifest their reality, right? And or do things to people that maybe they feel slighted by, or maybe somebody they want in the world, or say a job they want, things they want for themselves, right? They use manipulation tactics through spell work, enchanting, something like this, right? You have a spirit box, 5D communication and voices. So they may be speaking through some kind of technology. They could be playing with Chat GPT and getting answers from Chat GPT. There's actually, I think, some sorcery you can play on. I've heard people, not heard, I've read people, I should say, on community boards. I've seen them talking. They use things like this. So I think you can actually do more than tarot. And I think people might delve into that. So this person could be using a mechanism that is not of human origin, and it's beyond spirit origin. So they're like using a go-between, a proxy, which would be computer, Android, Apple, you know, something like this, right? And this may have started out, or, you know, maybe you already know they're a fake friend, but I pulled the fake friend alert card for you. Someone smiles but doesn't truly support you. Jealousy hides within kindness. Their real energy is starting to show. So, Libra, we don't know who they are, so I'm going to get the tarot out for that, but we do have archetypes before I do that. So these don't have to implicate the person. It could be something that maybe they went through a phase, maybe they have multi-layers, maybe you've not seen that layer. So let's just get some archetypes on this person who may be doing this because they want you in fear bays. I think that this is a romantic situation. It doesn't have to be. If it turns out to be otherwise, I will let you know. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And hello to the 5 of you that are here. I wonder if I have Capricorn, Leo present. Maybe Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius? Can I find out, please, what the archetypes are for this Libra? Okay, so somebody could be a mother figure. So it doesn't have to be like if you're a male, you know, like a masculine, it doesn't have to be like the romantic person maybe you shared children with. It doesn't have to be your mother, no matter who you are. It's just somebody who has children, somebody who makes a, their type. It looks like somebody who could be a mother. You might also reference as an empress. It could be another Libra even. You have a queen. So yeah, this is somebody who could be an earth sign as well. We said Libra. So it could be an earth sign. I'm getting earth off of that one. Okay, so this could be somebody, this is what I was feeling. Casanova. So it could be somebody who has been trying to get you in their arms, or again, get you in their arms. So, okay, this is going for both groups. Okay, Libra, if you're male or female, or if, say, you're bisexual, we have the femme fatale too. So either or. So they could be the bisexual. You might be. I don't know. It doesn't have to be. Could be I'm talking to 2 different groups of Libras. But this is somebody who the art of seduction is their game. Okay. they're hot. They're like a honey trap. You want to be certain to steer clear of them. You may be doing that. And they're trying to, yeah, now we got the actual one. This is somebody very lustful. So you may know who this is. You may know who this is. You do have protection. And we're going to get a little guidance for you. But we're going to find out from the tarot first who this could be. If we can get some signs. Can we get some more information for the Libra? Who this is that has these motives to lay on the fear. To lay on fear, and it's based on seduction. Because they want the Libra in their clutches. That's what it looks like. Can we find out more? Okay, so we got Leo. You got the Aquarius in reverse. So if it's an Aquarius, it's somebody doing the shadow work with Aquarius energy. But it may be a Leo. This is somebody that refused to work with you on this. You know, like say that you had some kind of a goal set. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Say you had some kind of goal set and you said, listen, you know, we can do this, but we have to do it this way. And they refused to cooperate with you. They're like, no, you know, let's cut the chase. Let's just do it this way. And they thought they knew best. And maybe you said, no, that the formula isn't like that. The relationship has to have steps. I'm not going to just get in BE, you know, BED, you know, this person wanted to get you intimate. Okay, maybe you did have intimacy, but maybe you don't want to again. This person is very pressed. They might see you as their soulmate. 6 of Cups. This is somebody you could have grown up with. What is the 3 of Wands? Okay, so Libra, I'm getting, you told them that it's going to take time, because I see the 3 of Wands here, and it's almost, I'm getting this kind of feeling that they might have wanted to say, skip the steps, as in, say you wanted to be courted, say you wanted a home, you wanted a family, you wanted the ring on the finger, right? And this is somebody that wanted to get in bed first, and that's all that they were really paying attention with. That is what I'm getting. I'm getting that you held your ground when it come to that. And now they're waiting to see you come at them. Okay, so they paid somebody maybe to get the practitioner or something like that to do this to you. And they're holding the globe with the 2 of, so they're back, like you threw the stick at them, and now they have 2 sticks, not 3. And so they've gone back a level. You've demoted them in your heart, in your relationship sector. And so now they're still trying, but they're using magic. And so I think that they went through somebody, a practitioner, to help them. But if they're a sorcerer, they've done it themselves. They're pretty strong. We have Leo energy again, the strength. You have brought on a burden for them, though. 10 of Wands. Maybe they were a burden for you. Because they are Knight of Wands. That's them through and through here. What is the motive? What is the intention, the true intention of this person towards Libra? 5 of Pentacles. To get through your boundary. So I'm getting to get through your boundary. They're using the sorcery. And they're hoping that you will lay down your gauntlet and you will have vulnerability to them. So like they can treat you like you're a damsel. Now, if you're a guy, it can be like the nurse who's like, I'm here to rescue you, save you, you need saving. So either way, right? This is somebody like that. And what are their feelings towards the Libra? Any placement? 2 of Swords. They're blocked. They're blocked from feeling it. I think that they really, really want to destroy you. We have the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So this is not somebody you already know this. I think you already know this. Let's get one card from our fairy tale deck. Okay, so we have Cinderella here. What is the Cinderella? Can you tell me more about Cinderella? I'm getting a twist between Cinderella and Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. Like, you have been involved with somebody who has a Gaston kind of behavior. Like, it's acquisition, it's getting in bed, it's like all about the Benjamins and or the lust, the carnal lust, right? And in order to do this, this would take away your, you have values. Okay. So this would, Libra, this person just, they're just after the wrong thing. I mean, in the background of Cinderella, there's a castle, and all of the points of the castle towers are pointed, you know, like you arouse them. I think the fight arouses them, but this is Gaston feeling. And I think what's going on is you have a true emperor that either you know of or is about to show up. And this person is tying up your energy. So do some cord cutting. I'm going to get you some advice, but definitely try to cleanse this energy if you already feel, or you've been trying, because they're hanging around and you can kind of see it still. And not, I don't even want to be funny, but you know, he's even wearing horns. So let's say the old word horny. He's horny for you. So this person, male or female, right? It's just carnal lust, and it's also playing with you through means of magic and seduction. And ultimately, Belle, she did find herself involved with Beast, right? She did find herself attracted to, falling in love with Beast. Okay. And what I see here in the story, when it comes to a love story with these fairy tales, I would say that you have like a suitor that has been after you that you may be aware of, that has been rotten to the core. But you have somebody on the other side of this that is waiting for you to see him for who he is, because there's somebody quite opposite, somebody who is very good and gentle, and he may seem opposite on the exterior. So that is what I'm seeing there. Let's get you some advice for Libra placements. Okay, so you need to meditate daily, light a candle, say a prayer, clear yourself daily, be fluid, okay? And you're supposed to slow down. Don't be in a hurry, okay? So like when life is throwing you fastballs, be more swift. Just try to find a way to be very, very graceful. You know, don't try to do things fast, because if it's sloppy, you might fall for something, right? So you need to be like fluid, like move like a martial artist might, or a dancer. You need to love yourself. Yeah, you might need to do some soul searching and or some shadow work. I have hole in the soul here, so there could be something going on. So maybe like a demon that is being carried by this person recognizes you, because if you have a hole in your soul, you're attractive. They're not only seeing your light, they're also seeing what little bit of, say, damage could be like still waiting for them to snack on, because if it's still sitting there and noticed. But self-love is emphasized here for you, Libra. Any placements, and to watch out for temptation, that too. And there was one more deck I was going to pull from. Oh yeah, we're going to look at the animals and see what we can get from the animals for you. But I think you have a suitor who is, they're not giving up. And this isn't somebody who's right for you, because they're not into the heart. They're not into the future. And they're at 2 wands, and it looks like they might be the type that they'll take it to 3, and that's where they stop. And you want the full 4. You want the happily ever after. For Libra, can we get some spirit animal information for Libra? Okay, so you have a lovebird, 4 of Wands. So yes, concentrate on the lovebirds. They need to pair. They need to pair, and I think they start out, maybe they seek each other out. I forget. Maybe you should research lovebirds. This is the 4 of Wands. This is that one you're missing with this person. The Emperor come out for you. So I think that there is a connection between the lovebirds, your 4 of Wands, and your divine counterpart who's coming your way. Also, cleansing your energy, doing some, you know, really important repair to your soul, what it is that may be hurt, that is still needing healing, so that maybe whatever is riding around with this person, they cannot keep chasing you down or keep trying. So cleanse your energy, do some cutting, clearing, and you have something good to look forward to with this 4 of Wands and Emperor coming forth. I hope that that helped. That is for Libra, any placements. Leo, we are looking at yours for the motive for the person, any placements. This person has been observing you. They are competitive and persistent. They could be watching you fall. You're looking for or you're falling into a divine counterpart union, and they're watching for it to occur. So it could be somebody who is, say, competitive because they want theirs too, or it could be somebody who you let down because they were karmic and you said, no, you're not the one. And that has triggered them in a way that you can't define. They can't touch. It's like they can't take their eyes off you. They just want to kind of like, I can one up Leo. Any placements, mind you, any. This person and you may have once watched horror movies and binged on them. Maybe that's what they like to do. You might remember going to a Halloween party with them or something, and there's a reunion that's maybe coming up that you might see them at, and maybe they're going to compete there. So maybe they or you could have been, because you wanted your divine counterpart, possibly heart over logic, and that's you. Leo is the heart, right? Emotions override reason. You know the truth, but ignore it. Your heart keeps trying anyway. So we're going to get some archetypes. I don't know if anybody can hear the trance. I have shamanic drums going to cleanse the energy. I think I might recommend that that's something that the listeners might do, especially the 5 signs that we're looking at. Now, Capricorn's the only one that even had a hint of coming out that wasn't listed. So when I'm finished, I'm going to do a live throw of the dice and see what else we get. And it might not get the same read. I might just pull a bunch of different cards and do a little mini read on each of the signs. We are on Leo. So maybe you were in your pride side and had your heart. So you were fully in Leo mode. The pride and the heart, those were 2 characteristics you held when you told this person, listen, there's no growth here. I have a divine counterpart or I'm searching for my divine counterpart, but you are not that person. So this person looks like they have been watching you. They are an athlete. So if you're in any kind of sport, you're very athletic, you go to the gym, there's anything you do with your body, this is somebody that's highly competitive with you. Can I find out more? So it might not have been romance, but maybe you have been ascending. So you have sort of changed gears and said, listen, we were friends in high school, we were friends in college. I just don't feel we have the same kind of alignment at this time. We can't be friends. We don't have the same goals, the aspirations. We don't think the same. And then you have the mourner. A recent loss brings a period of grieving. Reflect on what has been lost, then give it new meaning to emerge stronger. That person feels that you're a loss. So to some degree, because it's coming from their perspective here, to some degree, their competitiveness was a trigger point. It kicked in because you rejected them and made them feel like, oh, this situation, this relationship is dead. That person's dead. And this person may have been a pessimist. You may have told them they were a pessimist. That's how I'm getting it. Because I don't think that they're seeing you like you were one, and I don't think that they really feel they are. I think you may have told them that might have been, you're a stick in the mud. Why don't you think so? That kind of thing. Setbacks or obstacles in life are not failures unless you quit. So this person is determined to one up you. So you might have given them a rah-rah speech, and now they're turning it around on you. The Phoenix. This person, I think that they crashed out. So this is somebody who failed miserably at what it was they're competing with you at. And now they're back at it and they're like fresh. but now they're kind of comparing notes. Well, how is Leo doing their moves? Or how is Leo doing that performance? I wonder if their steps are going to be any better than last time, you know, because they're really trying to one up you. And this could be somebody who they get glammed up. They are somebody who wants attention. We have the attractor here. Can we get an idea of what is the, let's go with not motive, but intention. Same gist really, but what is the underlying intention that this person, for Leo, any placements, has towards Leo? 3 of Wands. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they want to stand there and just view you, observe you as you fall off your game. So it's like they want you to lose your focus. They want you to stop creating. They want you to not come through. So this is like energy of somebody who is observing you and they're waiting for, let's say, it to come together. What is it going to look like when Leo has totally dropped the ball? They want to see how badly you can F up. So this does not feel like love, but let me just ask. Is there love involved in the situation with this person and the Leo listening? 8 of Wands. What is the 8 of Wands? King of Swords. Okay, unless it's an Aquarius, I'm not seeing love here. It could be an Aquarius who says a lot to you. And the best I can give you is this is somebody who could be in love with love. Okay, a Pisces, the hanged one. If they're in love with love, this could be somebody who's dreamy. They are in love for a moment, and maybe, no, not all Pisces are like this. I'm just going to say this is like a Pisces who's not healed, but say somebody who's a dreamer, and they fall in love, you know, and it's just for a minute, and then they're on to the next, because sometimes fish can be fickle, and they can just like be out just as soon as they're there. So if that fits, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't have hearts here at all. This is somebody that you may have blocked at one time. If not, they are fully blocked now. You have been strong about them. Your energy, the Leo. 7 of Pentacles. You might have invested time in this person, though. Yeah, and they did have their Phoenix moment. They have risen from the ashes. They have the 4 of Swords here. You might be totally different from different, like, say, ethnic backgrounds or religions or something like this. There's something very different about you. It could be your skin tone, or maybe where in the planet, you know, your origins are from, right? I'm getting Pisces energy again. So as I said, Aquarius, it could be a cusp, a Pisces, Aquarius cusp. So in lieu of them being competitive with you and you letting them down and or blocking them, I don't know what happened in your story. There might be something they stole from you, or they're plotting. 7 of Swords come out. So Leo, this is something that maybe you need to be forewarned, you know, and aware of, unless you already know something has happened. Yeah. Okay. So your 8 of Coins was in reverse, and they were watching it, and they want to see whatever it is you're doing for work and or you're passionate about, you're skilled at. They want to see it end. We had Death. So they could as well be Scorpio or Taurus. The thing is that they want to end what it is that you're good at, or this is an athletic thing, an athletic quest that you have. Let me get a couple oracle for you. Social mask. Someone hides motives behind politeness. So this is somebody who's always polite or was. Their mask slipped under pressure. The truth was revealed through their expression. This is somebody who definitely has, like, they have unhealed energy, I would say. And in the fairy tale we have, yeah, I'm getting that this is coming from a place of heartbreak. So you either broke their heart or someone else did. And so this is a very jaded person, somebody who's not coming from a healed, well heart. Their heart has never been healthy to give. They may have never been able to give you their heart. I don't know the story of Jasmine, but I have Princess Jasmine here. That could fit in some way. You could be Persian or from Middle East, or they are. If this person had a 3 of Swords, they never had a healed heart, though. I feel going into this, it was toxic. You may have known this. So what are the advices that we can give the Leo listening? Okay, so you're asked to take off your mask. Be yourself, look yourself in the eyes, in the face, and stop living in cycles. You might be living in cycles, patterns. You have Falcon, 8 of Wands. To express yourself, you might want to look into the Falcon god in not Anubis, but I think he does actually relate with that too. I'm having problems remembering right now. Isis and her counterpart, he was a falcon, I think. So you might want to look into Egypt mythology. But the falcon is your guidance symbol at this time. So you might want to look into the falcon. And it resonates with your being able to collect your thoughts and speak what you have to speak to others. So when it comes to competition, work, love, that will be the totem animal that will be with you, working with you. That is what I have for you, Leo. I hope that helps in some way. We have Virgo next. Okay. Virgo. Any placements? The person and their motives that Spirit wanted me to tell you about. There's somebody, Virgo, that has fake kindness towards you. You are protected. They may have come at you slithering like a sly approach, like a snake, and or maybe they are about to. So they've been watching you, observing you, and you feel them with their eyes upon you, and they are coming your way. And what the other oracle that I pulled said, and it's more of a recommendation advice, is stop people pleasing. So it could be that you're so very appeasing to others, and so this person sees you as a quick challenge, and or they would like to take up your kindness, you know, like partake in it, right? Their comfort is not your responsibility. You are allowed to disappoint people. Your truth deserves space. So yes, keep healthy boundaries and don't overgive or overplease others, because you don't know their motives till they truly show that can't talk, till they truly show you who they are. They might stammer on their words too, I don't know. Could have been that you have known them since a Mercury retrograde, or they have that in their chart. But this person, they quite clearly want to come your way because they're hoping they can take advantage of those kind energies that you carry, but they're somewhat undermining to you too. For Virgo, because not all Virgos are going to tell you like it is, right? Some of them are people pleasers. Some, just like anyone, right? Some can come out and be really kind and offering, you know, suggestions, help. You know, like Virgos are like good with computers and things like that, right? And medical industry and things like that. So maybe you're somebody that's quick on the take. You know, oh, well, listen, I know of something. I know of a tincture. I know of a tea. I know this, or I can help you with that computer error. You know, there's things that you may come up with, and don't be so easy to help people who may have other motives. Okay, I don't see anybody over at the community. So right now, I think that we're so far not entertaining the idea of reading for anyone's answers, but we will if we will have a deck on standby and the pendulum on standby when and if somebody chooses to drop by with a question. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This is Cosmic Sage. I appreciate your being here and supporting. So we have Sagittarius, and you're after Virgo. I think I'm still on Virgo, right? I am in a sort of a how do I say it? I feel like I'm sleeping. Okay. That is how I feel. I don't know if that full moon is still, you're feeling it. I had it hit my 12th. That is the sleep world, right? And I have the biggest entity that you could ever have in that place. So for me, because that's where that happened, I am so tired. Anyway, so that is why I am being kind of fuzzy, foggy, sleepy, but I am here. So Virgo, what do we have for this person who is trying to take up or get in the way? They are keeping it on you. Page of Swords, this could be a young person. A young person who might be trying to steal ideas, help, actual work. Can I find out more about this Page of Swords? Yeah, it is work, and this is your energy too, the Eight of Pentacles. Something at work. Can I find out more? The Two of Pentacles. Somebody has like a heavy workload and they want to give you some of their work. Two of Pentacles. They'd like to hand you some of, yeah. This is somebody who is waiting for you to be the nice guy or girl. Oh, it's okay. I'll help you. I'll do it. I have no problem doing it. So the people-pleasing ways at work could be causing you issue. Can I find out more about this Two of Pentacles? For the Virgo. Any placements? Who's listening? Okay, so this is something that could affect your home life, Four of Wands, and your strategy at a new beginning and or your finances with the Wheel of Fortune. There could be a Sagittarius in the picture. They could be a Sag as well. So if they are, Sag is the next reading. So I don't know if you'll show up in each other's readings, but there is a possibility that you have like a new position. Say you're up for, say, some kind of a salary increase, or maybe to get your, I'm trying to think, advancement at work so that they can give you a newer title, like an improvement, promotion, right? Maybe you're looking for a promotion. Maybe this is something that could stymie the promotion. I don't know. Can you tell me more on that, please? Thank you. I think that it might be stymieing your intuition as well. Queen of Cups. Can I find out more? Yeah, because this person, okay, let's go back in time. I just want to give you a story. Just hit me. Okay, I'm the queen of like soap operas and all that from the way back days. Don't watch them now, but the old ones sometimes I'll find samples of and I'll revisit them. But this is giving me, and if you've ever seen it, then and if you haven't, you might want to go check it out. It's giving me Melrose Place, the original. Heather Locklear come into the show after the main girl who is working at the advertising agency was working really hard to make the boss happy and wanting to advance. And she was only the girl who took calls. But when the other girl showed up, they basically had the same position and they were just two of them. And then they were like given at work, they were told by the boss, oh, I'm going to have to make a decision. Somebody's going to get an advance or somebody's going to be promoted. They're going to be something more than a phone, a receptionist, somebody takes phone calls, right? And Allison, who was the girl who was there originally, was so friendly, always, and so willing to help. She was very unhealed. She had a lot of, say, lower vibration tendencies. And Amanda comes in, that's Heather Locklear, and she's like a spoiled rich girl. And she has one thing in mind, and that's getting ahead at work. She has no other, so if she asked for help, it would be underhanded. It would be manipulative. Okay. This is what I'm getting. So it doesn't have to be that you met somebody like that, you work with them, whatever, they're that kind of exact archetype. This person that I feel is doing this, be it at work, around your home, somewhere in your world, they're undermining you, and it's going to affect your home life and your finances. And it could be that you're up for some kind of choice, be it in love or at work, to have a promotion or get an actual job. This person could get in the way. That is what I'm getting. They could actually be hungry for the same thing that you want. Yeah, there's conflict at work and something or something about work. So you're in your head about it, or you have been. And what they're doing is they're after your wish fulfillment. What is the Virgo's wish fulfillment? What are they after? To be part of the association there, Three of Cups, to be accepted there as like one of the, I don't know how high up the tier you are. I don't know your position. I don't know what you do. Three of Cups is kind of like being allowed in the tribe, being somebody that's getting to drink at the same water well. You're not inferior. You're the A-listers, okay? So this person, it is just like an Amanda Ellison kind of thing from Melrose. You might want to look into it. It's just an archetype thing. I'm kind of giving you kind of a basic taste of what I see. So it doesn't have to be the storyline, the characters, the looks, none of that have to fit. But I'm saying that this person is a go-getter, and they could pose as, oh, I'm weak, I need help with this. And it's something to get to you because they know you're a nice person. They know you'll do it. Yes, the Tower. Can I find out their ulterior motives that we don't see? King of Pentacles. They want to go all the way up. This is somebody that's starting out at the tower. They go in the tower, they go into the elevator, they hit the first floor because it's where all the business for the main players play, but not the big players, right? Not the big ones. They want to go to the top, to the penthouse. This is somebody who wants to, dare I say, be like the entity that we would now say is our United States. You know, somebody that does that, right? This is somebody who's starting out and they are trying to ride the coat back, the backside, not the coat back, the backside of others on the way up. And so they'll do little things of this nature. So doing favors and things like this, you're undermining yourself, especially when it's your goal to do the same thing they're doing, but you might not want to go all the way up. You just might want to be good at what you do, getting close to the top. I don't know your plan, but whatever this is in life, it looks like it's business. Does Virgo know about this person doing this? King of Swords, he may very well be sharp and aware of them. This could be a law firm. It could be a medical institution. Yeah, you have been paying attention. I think you've been feeling kind of, you were in your shadow side, and you might have been looking at this at different angles, you know, like maybe I should change up how I'm showing up at work, what I'm doing for people, how I interact, you know, what I allow and what I disallow. I think you love what it is you do. So if we're talking to you about work, and if this is the heart that we're talking about, and it only just come out with the Ace of Cups, right? If it is the heart, it's somebody who, there is a choice. Somebody could be your friend. They could be slithering around, acting like a snake waiting to pounce. You know, not, this is somebody who really wants to pretend they're not interested in somebody, and they are. So if it's not a position, it's a person. Oh, I'm not into him. He's not the, you know, she, I don't really, you know, but they're just doing it so that they can get a leg up on you. So we're going to get some advice, and we're going to get a spirit animal that might be able to help you along. For Virgo, any placement. Unleash your creativity. You have number 3113. So be more creative and let it show. Let go of what it is that you're holding back on. 26. Your fairy tale card is the 10 of Cups. So you are supposed to have a happily ever after. If this is work, you're supposed to be the one to choose it or be chosen for it. And you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to enjoy that time at the watering hole, if you will, or the water cooler where it is that everybody congregates and they talk and you're part of the team. And or it is love. The happily ever after, everything is supposed to be yours. This person would undermine that. So that is that. Let's get your animal totem for advice for Virgo. You have Queen of Pentacles. This is an alpaca. Queen of Pentacles is an alpaca. So you need to be grounding. You need to be earth-like. Creative energy, feminine energy. So think also the Empress energy, even if you're a male. Just let people come to you. Don't be eager to help people. Wait until you have listened to your inner voice and you know you've realized that it is the right thing to do, or don't be too quick to want to help people until you can discern better what the motive is. And if it's a particular person, like how we've outlined here, there may be one particular player involved, and it could be several. That is what I have for you, Virgo. I wish you the very best. I hope this helps somehow. Okay, Sagittarius, you're next. I don't know if you have any Sagittarius here, but we have motives. That's what we have tonight. So you are up. Who has motives and what are the motives? We're going to get the what are the motives, and we'll try to get the who when we get to the tarot. So you come across as a good girl. So you have been not persuaded by somebody who wants your attention. You're coming across as somebody who you may be too perfect, and or you're not easy to seduce or sway. So depending on the situation, it could be sway. So it could be a group wants you in their they want you as part of their team, or and maybe it's not the kind of group you would be in, right? But there's somebody who wants you to get involved. Now they are really, I think this is a sexual or romantic kind of situation, because then we have let me in and we have be mine. So Sagittarius, you may have somebody who is literally trying to seduce, sway, get you to break your good girl boundaries, right? So whatever the case may be, this person might be very intuitive at night, so they could astral travel. Maybe you need to cleanse your energy, rebuke the energy. Evil eye will be a really good thing to install in your home if you have them, and or do the rituals that you need to do, the cleansing and the speaking, and work with your spirit guides. They may be working on a vision board. They could be getting readings on you. They're looking at the future where you're concerned, and they could be psychic, but they are certainly speaking to somebody who uses their gifts as a psychic. So, and that could be anybody on YouTube or anywhere, because, we all are psychic. But when we incorporate our spiritual side to look into things like the future and other people, then that is using psychic gifts. So we have Walking Dead, daily routine, no passion. This person, I feel like if you're the good girl and this is somebody that maybe you have rejected, and or maybe there was a fail, what is that word? What was failed to start? Something that did not take off, right? This could be somebody who has been in the shadows. Maybe you ghosted them, they ghosted you. They have no passion though. They want you. There's just no passion. So this person, I'm not going to say they sold their soul, but that's what I'm kind of feeling. Silent judging. So because you're a good girl, they might be. So this is somebody who it's kind of like a thin line between hate and love, and they might not have a heart to love with. I don't know. We'll see where we get with this. Silent judging. Your face says what your mouth won't. So this is the person more so than you. So this person, it is somebody who they're kind of like stone face. They're very silent. So that if it's the Walking Dead kind of, they don't show any energy from any kind of a smile or glimmer in the eye. There's no raise of the eyebrow. They're just kind of there. And someone is quietly evaluating you. Okay. So this is them. Sagittarius, any placements? What's the archetype, please, for the Sagittarius person who is doing this, the Walking Dead person, the person who is pretty apathetic? What is their archetype? Well, it's a conflict here. So this is an optimist, a pirate. So an optimist and a pirate. Okay, so I'm just going to go on a limb and say that if you're somebody who does not share your body, they could be wanting to get to the booty, if you will, because we had the snake and charmer and seducer kind of come through with the snake when they want you to let them in. When you think of a snake, it also has incubus feelings to it. You know, incubus is the masculine demon that can be carried by a human. So this person, where they're stone-faced, you could have somebody with, they're carrying an incubus and they really want in. So this pirate, this person, the energy is coming across as a pirate. They want access to you and you're coming across as too good. Now you could be a guy. You don't have to be a woman who's being good, right? And then we have shadow diver. So this is somebody who is working through the shadow side. They're dark energy. They're not light energy. They're not balanced. And they might have clowned around with you at some point. So maybe they have dark humor. Maybe they have no expression to their face. With the tarot, can we tell Sagittarius any placements a little more about this person? Can Sagittarius know a little more about this person? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. This is Cosmic Sage. And don't forget, we have at the Community Center an offer. If you want an answer here, you can get one. Just leave it over there for me and I will get to it. If I missed anything from anyone previously, please also put your question there, because it's hard for me with time going by and everything else to remember what was there if I missed it previously. For Sagittarius, who is this person who wants to be let in? For Sagittarius, any placements, who is this person who wants to be let in? You got Queen of Cups. That could be any water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Can I get more on this Queen of Cups, please? Somebody very intuitive towards you. Okay, so they're getting readings for when you strike money or success or glow up. This is somebody who's watching you like you're a TV show to them. And they want you to let them in. They want you to be foolish and they want you to start out something new with them. Okay, so they are, I'm not saying that they definitely are. I will use the pendulum on that because it's kind of a big question. And no two Sages are the same. So if it doesn't feel right to you, it isn't yours. But the incubus energy, incubus, for some of you that don't know, it's the opposite of succubus. It's a masculine version of, it's the phallic side of the demon that would bed a person through a host. And that way the demon can jump and it can insert itself into the body, into the spirit. So you could be a carrier if you were to bed with somebody of that caliber, somebody carrying that, okay? We have Ace of Wands. I mean, this is an indicative energy for me that we could be dealing with that. So I will ask, actually, let me get the pendulum. Just ask real quick. Is this Ace of Wands? Is this reading? Is the person that wants in for Sagittarius any placements? Is there a possibility this person's carrying an incubus? Is this person, we're reading for Sagittarius now, carrying an incubus? Okay, I gotta know. That was no. So I would not rest on that as definite because it was trying to sway, both directions. But it's up to you to discern it. So you're asked to just up your protection and just be more aware. So I won't be putting the weight on my guides to get that answer. So we're just going to go on with the reading. If this person is after you, they want you to let them in. So this is a lust energy. They aren't heart-centric. They're intuitive. They watch you like a TV show. you are sort of somebody that, and they could be wanting to get your success, your glow up. They could be wanting to, they could be an energy vampire too. Because if they're waiting for all that, they're either wanting to be on the take with it, or they really want your energy. Can you find out more for Sagittarius? Any placement? Yes. You have the king devil here. The king as in the king demon, I should say. I should never call it the king devil, even though the devil is actually a made-up construct. There are other names that we would have to slap on the characters that people worship that are actually those kind of, you know, it's a different kind of, it's a label. It's kind of like saying that character in that film rather than saying the character's name. It's just a label. It's like saying a waiter. The waiter has a name, but waiter is just kind of a term for, it's loose for any of them wearing the, you know, the tux or whatever they're wearing to wait tables. So anyways, I mean, believe what you want. I'm just saying the devil is not as some of the occult things that people are really following. But this here tells me this person is an energy siphon, that they might like to have SEX to take energy. That is what I'm seeing here, I'm hearing here. And this goes for either gender. So I don't care who's listening. You could be a male or a female. This could be happening. It does not have to be for everyone. So take what is yours and what is not. So if there's somebody who has been lustful towards you and they said, oh, why do you got to be so good? Or why don't you open up the candy store? You know, something like that, right? Somebody's trying to seduce you, but they're also chiding you because you're not giving in. You're not being theirs. You're not being open to getting in bed with them, right? Can you tell me more about the devil? Yeah, this is somebody who's been working on their shadow side and they fell into it. So they went to somebody, a practitioner, to get readings, and they started delving into maybe delicate magic, and it got deeper and deeper. While they were working on their shadow side, they never come out of that. So this is somebody who is consistently going back to a practitioner, and or they're using their own methods to get what they want, manipulate energy. They might use moon magic, but I'm getting definite SEX magic. This is somebody who uses SEX magic. Can I find out more for Sagittarius? So moon magic would be the feminine energy. So that would maybe be if it's a feminine person, but men do use Luna too. So it could be either gender, but I would say predominantly on one side of this, it's a woman who uses moon magic. If it's a woman we're talking about, and if it's a man, then he uses the bedroom, okay, that the fertility energy. And he's watching for results, or she is right now online, to see if you're getting weaker towards giving back, giving not back, but giving the energy that they're anticipating from. So say they put out some kind of energy, magic, spell, whatever on you. They last saw you. They're making attempts. They want to see the effects. They're watching you online to see if you're affected by it. Yeah, 7 of Cups. They're throwing everything out like spaghetti at the wall to see which spell is going to break you. So ultimately, they're trying to break you down. So if you already have a commitment and or an interest, or for some reason you just know that they're just not good news, they're trying to break you of recognizing that, so you'll fall into their arms, and then they can use your energy, steal your energy. Because we saw the energies that kind of substantiate. I don't think we have the 7 of Swords, but it kind of does. For me, the energies that are together, the way they're playing, it substantiates a person of that caliber. For the fairy tale, what do we have for Sagittarius? Okay, so this could be a Gemini. This could be your shadow energy. The person could be Gemini. They don't have to be. But we have Jafar. And again, I don't know that storyline too well. The person, or you could be Persian or something like this. And, or, yeah, I'm getting Persian because I just now also, maybe India, even maybe Russia. So Russian, Indian, because it reminds me of Taj Mahal in the background. Can I get a little advice for Sagittarius? Any placements? All placements? Okay, so you need to remember to stop being in patterns. I think if you're in a pattern, you will be easier to be discerned for what your next move is. So if they're trying to apply tactics to manipulate you energetically, get you, right? The patterns will be an easy way for them to read you, target you. Kind of like knowing that you have a specific time you go to this or that place, or you eat this or that, you go to that drive-up window, or you go to this place to read your books, you know, like a particular library, right? Or maybe a restaurant or something, a cafe. You go read something there, right? And they pay attention to whatever your pattern is, and they watch you like a TV show. So they could have, you might want to have surveillance checked out, make sure you're not being surveilled. So like if you have a car and it's been air tagged or something like that, be sure you don't have, maybe get a sweep, do something like that. I'm not trying to freak you out or anything, but it is a possibility in this day and age. So just make sure you don't have somebody who's trying to watch your every move. Yes, this is somebody you rejected, but the spirit's telling you to keep rejecting this person. So if you know who I'm talking about, this is for you. Definitely keep rejecting this person. Can I get a spirit, animal, totem advice for the Sag people? Okay, so you have a Lynx, Hermit. So you're asked where this person's concerned to be withdrawn. Go within. So you don't have to fully do that, but where they're concerned, do your best to not be seen, to not do anything that they will pick up on because they are paying attention. So look for the links and see what the links offers you, because the links could have some kind of information that will help you as well. That is what I have, Sag. Wish you the best. Please be careful if that is yours. Okay, I don't see anybody over at the post. So I have one more sign, and then I'm going to do a little reading for the general. Cancer, we have you as our next sign. Motives, what are the motives? Okay, so the motives are somebody does not want you to trust the options you have in love. Somebody might try to hypnotize you, and they might try to make you feel not trusting of somebody you want to love, or a choice or selection of people. Say you're dating, say there's some good people. Maybe you have one bad apple who is mad because you didn't pick them. So they are putting something on you. So they could literally have spell work, or they're saying suggestions like, oh, that person's no good, or, you know, I wouldn't give them a chance. They don't drive the right, you know, whatever, or their job isn't good enough, or, you know how people do that, right? They might minimize the person you may want to love or give a chance to. Then you have fun house, party, excitement, intrigue. So there could be somebody coming into your life, or you know somebody that you do this kind of thing with, where you go to like the summer events and or maybe Halloween. You have a door knocker here with creepy, leaving with something, someone. I don't know how that applies. This person, they want you to feel creepy about somebody you want to love. They're trying to say, well, I don't know, he's kind of dark, or he gives off that. I don't know. They're trying to creep you out and make you scared. When maybe in fact this person's just fine. This person that has motives, they are trying to keep you from warming up to being accepting, to choosing someone that you could love, right? So they're waiting to see if you're receptive to the rejection they want you to be giving unknowingly, but in fact that it's them trying to lay it on in the background. Okay, so if you're feeling a feeling about somebody that you've met that you really like, and there's something different about that person, right? This person's playing that off so that they can get you to do a soft reject, or maybe a very severe reject. But we have half in, half out. So This could be somebody you once had a relationship with that you did not choose, and or you sat with them as a friend and you did not how am I going to say this? It feels to me like you could have had a friend who they were rejected, so it's kind of like misery loves company, so they're trying to keep you unhappy and unconnected because that's how they are, and they may not be aware they're doing this because sometimes motives, we're not always aware of our motives, right? So this person's unhealed and it's like miserable company, right? This person wants you to feel the same way, maybe, but I have half in and half out, so it shows me a person who is afraid and they avoid commitment. So they're half, like, say, heart healed and half not. So this is somebody who may be a friend to you. We'll have to look at it closer. But it just feels like they don't want you to be happy if they can't be. Could be that they're in love with you. Can I find out more about this person who is trying to persuade Cancer to reject someone? They're in love with you. Ace of Cups. So I don't know if it's same gender or opposite gender. I don't know the story, but they're in love with you. Ace of Cups. They want you for themselves. That is what I'm seeing. I'm going to read more, but so if somebody is trying to keep you in a position of rejecting people for little petty reasons, it's because they are in love with you. Can I find out more about this Ace of Cups? Two of Pentacles. They may already have somebody and you talk to them all the time. So that might be the story that I was giving. It might be that they have somebody who they're half in, half out with. So they're one day they're in a couplehood, the next they're not. You know, it's break up, make up, and or the door it's flying back and forth. It's not consistent. This person might have fallen in love with you, and so they haven't had anything to give in the romance they've been in. Can I find out more about this Two of Pentacles? Yeah, they built with somebody. This is a relationship they established. They put time in with this other person. Can I find out more? This other person could be the same sign as you, and or maybe a Pisces, Scorpio. You have King of Cups. This person was in love with this person once. The gauntlet, the cup, this king is holding it sideways, so it is like halfway, you know, like there's like a drop in there still, but it is not all there. Once upon a time, this was a very loving relationship. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, they're definitely not single. They're holding on to you, though. So they're finding a way to manipulate you to not move forward. So if you know the situation, you do, and if you don't, you don't. But it might not be yours. But if there's somebody who fits this, then this could be yours. They're holding on tight to both situations. They're not dropping either of them with the Four of Pentacles. So they're hoping to not let you move forward. So maybe they are hoping that they'll get the power in them to release this other person. What are their motives? What are their actual intention, I should say, when it comes to this other person? What is their intention? This person for Cancer. Three of Cups. What is Three of Cups? Their intention. You're getting the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands, and I'm kind of getting a dismantling because that could lead to Three of Swords, right? Yeah, it's going backwards. So that's why they keep it in that 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing. So it'd be easier to rip off the band-aid. It won't be just like Heartbreak City, right? It's like we're already halfway there anyway, so you won't even feel it. So they're waiting for it to just happen. Like it's gonna just like drop off, fade away, right? That's what I'm getting. Can I find out more? Can you tell me more about the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands? Do they want to tell Cancer their feelings? Four of Swords. I think they're working on reinventing themselves before they tell you. Yes, Six of Wands, because they want a victory with you. So they're looking at, with the Four of Swords, bringing a new version of themselves out. So this, I think, relates to letting this other thing die away. So they haven't yet let it happen. But I think that they're, so if it's one foot in and one out, and you know this person, they're working on it. So they're trying to let it fade off and watch for you, the two of you to have the right opportunity to celebrate, and they can give you flowers and tell you how much they love you. And the two of you can start anew. That's what this person wants. So your situation is love. The person is watching you because they love you, and they're guarded about the situation. Nine of Wands, Hangman. They're watching this in so many ways. They're just like, well, they're playing it out in their head. What's going to happen if I do this? And will there be ramifications? And will the two talk? And it's going to be a tower, or is it going to happen quietly and easily like I want it to? So the Lovers card coming out, they definitely do that. This could be a Sagittarius, Gemini first, you know, Sag is the shadow, could be either or. This person could be Aquarius too. This person could very well be losing sleep because they don't know how much conflict it's going to stir once they speak their love to you. They don't know if it's going to destroy the home. This could be somebody you live nearby, or they're related to you in family in some way, you know, like extended family or something. I don't know what, but they could know you through a younger person. Maybe you have kids that go to the same school, because I saw the Page of Cups. It could be a kid that somehow is a connector to you two somehow. Chariot, there you are. Strength, Leo. Leo, Aquarius coming out. Seven of Swords. So right now they are trying to steal opportunities from you. So if you're finding yourself like in failing connections because somebody is throwing shade at people, that a person's in love with you. That is what I see. It doesn't have to fit every Cancer, but, and it could happen, and this is timeless really. I mean, could happen anytime, but I may have already. Let's get you a fairy tale card for Cancer. Any placements? You have Two of Cups. This person sees you as a soulmate. You might resonate with Ariel. Your name could be Ariel. His could be Eric, or yours is Eric and hers is Ariel. The names could be A or E. Any name, right? This person wishes for you. They want you in their arms. They might love your voice, your advice, to have courage. So if you want this relationship, it might stir things up. You had home come out in reverse. I don't know if you're going to feel like a homewrecker. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're going to feel like a homewrecker and you're not the one that's doing it. This person is trying to pursue their wish, their want, their desire, and who they're in love with. Can I get a spirit animal for the Cancer listing, please? Nine of Wands, you got the Horse. I did see Sagittarius. Maybe it is a Sagittarius. So the Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior kind of energy. But the Horse energy is what I think, and it's like lucky. You know, like you think of the horse's shoe, right? There's a lot of things about the horse you might want to look into that could help you. We're in the horse year. It could be because this is actually fire suit that the horse is on. Could quite literally mean that you and this person are supposed to be together, and this is the year it's unfolding. Let me just roll some dice real quick to see. We get a couple rolls just to see what signs this could be for the Cancers. Any placements in case they don't know this person or the situation's not playing out yet. You did get Sagittarius and you did get Aries in one more try. And you got Virgo and Gemini there. So we did call a couple of those. So there's 4 signs that are there. They don't have to be those signs. And it doesn't have to be your story. But you might want to keep this in case it plays out in the future and or it feels like it's even remotely like this. I'm going to check the community center and see if anyone has anything they left. Hey, Namira, I see you're here. Thank you for coming by. Did you have a question? Okay, thank you everyone who has liked. I appreciate it. I'm gonna just check into some of the motives that we could be looking at for anyone else, and or we will throw the dice on these, okay? So I'm not gonna do thorough reads on them. I'm just gonna get the motives out. And I don't have the ones we previously used. Let me see if I can ferret those out. Because usually I take the stack and I clean up and put it back, but I'll give it a shuffle. If they come out again, we'll know. Okay, now we're going to get collective, the motives for the collective. What kind of motives can we stir out here? What kind of tea can we splash? I'm going to drag out some motives of people who might not want their motives known. Ringing in my ears is getting intense. We have outspoken. Somebody that's outspoken, distracted. They have connections. This is somebody who could be doing criminal acts. If you know someone who smokes like cigars, they could do criminal acts. They don't have to be, but they could be a low-key snake. Somebody who's waiting to do something. They want to trap you. This is in romance. Somebody who's always trying to get good eye contact with you. But they have lying eyes. They wear sunglasses. You feel drawn towards them. So they could be using hypnotism with their eyes. If it's a feminine, she's a beautiful liar. So she dons on the makeup. She can make you think that she is good and there's no way that she would betray you. She sees you as desperate. She wants to tempt you. Could be a masculine and feminine energy too. You're asked to protect your asexual energy. Somebody who has really intense eyes. They could be like medium toned, I would guess. Dark brown hair, maybe. Brown eyes. Some of you might have somebody with motives to come take your essence, your energy, maybe steal your dharma, your destiny. Can I find out? give me some energy on the person who is a beautiful liar. Okay, they could be a Taurus, they could be a Libra, Capricorn, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or an Aquarius. And can I get the person who might want to take from you? They're looking into, say, siphoning your energy and or maybe destiny stealing, swapping, something like this. You have Capricorn twice and you have Gemini, Taurus, Leo, and Virgo. So you're asked by Spirit to have hyper awareness. Yeah, watch your back. Keep your spirit rituals going for all senses, you know, all for intimacy, for friendship, you know, for SEX, you know, anything, any place, any way that you're living, just keep your spiritual protection up. Somebody's holding on to you. Somebody's motive is to not let you go. So we did the Who Won't Let You Go readings. So unless you want me to redo that or do those again, I mean, I could do a revise, or I could do a series and do them over again, you know, like repeat them, come back to them. So holding on to you. Somebody is holding on to you. Let's see what signs we have that has someone holding on to them. We have Leo, Libra, and Sagittarius. Leo, Cancer, and Leo again. There's a lot of Leo there. So it's the reason I think I was called to do a lot of Leo and Libra. Somebody wants to make a sly approach at you, so be aware of that. Somebody has deep feelings for you. Okay, so you have somebody who has deep feelings. They hate you, okay, because we have haters after and don't trust. So deep feelings is not good. Okay, so they're deeply hateful towards you. They may be pretenders, like, oh, I like you and praise you, you know, and everything else, right? They really hate you. And let's find out who this is, who's hating on those that are listening. Libra, Taurus, and Leo. Sagittarius, Cancer, and Scorpio. Somebody has a penchant for being low vibrational. So they might come into your life and they seem very pious and spiritual and I would never do this, I would not steal, I would not do this or that, but they easily are influenced, they easily fall to their wicked ways, you know, that they keep in the shadow, and you need to be aware of that person. That's what I'm getting with the motives. Let's get some archetypes. I'll let you play with the archetypes in your own mind as to who these people could be if I pull different archetypes. Okay, somebody could be a student. They're studying you. Yeah, or you would just go with them. Or maybe you're a teacher. It's one of your pupils. Maybe you teach college. Somebody spoiled. Somebody who comes from money. Somebody who has money, let's say. They married into it, maybe. I kind of am feeling that. Somebody who lives well. And then you have a teacher again. So yes, teacher, student, we got them both. So there's some kind of modality there. And or you know them from school in some way. Like you grew up with them, right? The healer. Okay, so somebody who's fake about their healing. They don't really mean well. They don't care. They don't love. They don't want to heal. They're on their dark path. They're sprinkling a little light in, but they really have more darkness here. The loner. Okay, so that's telling me that it's somebody that's not in a coven. So if they're playing with magic or something like that, or you think it's a mean girl, no, this is somebody that operates alone. So it could be like I had for Virgo. They could have serious desire to get to a certain position, and maybe this is a little bit like for Virgo, and they'll do what they need to get there, and they're kind of cutthroat, and they don't have any collateral damage hanging around. So there are no friends, right? Okay, yes, I am, Delaney. Thanks for coming by. Anything general that is coming out for Delaney? Let me get the deck out that we have for the personals. Anything general that we can tell Delaney? Can we get her some general tea? Okay, you have the star. I'm getting the High Priestess and the Star. I think your person's reading your heart and or getting a reading about how much you love them, or something about your feelings. How strong is your heart? King of Pentacles. That's your Capricorn energy there. Yeah, strength, right? How strong is your heart? Can your heart take something that maybe they've told you or they need to tell you? Have you healed enough from the past? Have we overcome some of the dark side of this? So this looks like it's your twin, okay? Something is coming in Leo season, perhaps. Can I get more on the strength? King of Swords. Something about your heart in Leo season, because that's your heart energy. Aquarius, Venus. What is happening in Leo season? The Sun. The happily ever after. Everything's going to be so magical. I don't know if you were planning to meet each other sooner or you already have. Something big and beautiful is going to happen in Leo season with you two. He is getting readings on you, I think, too. So I see him wishing that something can happen that will be really big by a Leo season. Now, I don't know if he gave you the thing we talked about. Could be that he is thinking about that, if he hasn't yet. But let's just say he can't wait to get you in the bedroom. You have the Tiger here, and it's the Knight of Wands, and I can say that it seems like he will... there's this old term. Well, there is move heaven and hell, but there's something about come high water. There's terminology, I can't think of it. I feel like he wants to move earth just to be with you. So there is something under the surface that he's wondering if you healed from, your heart. If you're ready, if you've healed enough for something. Can I find out more? What is this about the heart healing and what is coming in Leo season? Okay, so there's some kind of disappointment. He wants to make sure that your heart is healed from it. The burden of the past, the disappointment. You have the Four of Wands here. Is the Four of Wands for the two of them to be together in Leo season? The Magician. So I don't know how close it is, but I think that he is working on a plan. The Magician is somebody who is manipulating energy to get things to move. And with the tunnel and so much passion with the Tiger energy, he wants to make things come together. This looks like his and your energy together. I think that he wants to be sure that you've healed and that you're no longer carrying a burden of the past. That is what I'm seeing. Can I get some clarifications here on the Magician and the Four of Wands? And the Four of Wands. Okay, so Page of Cups could be there's something that he needs to apologize just to clear the slate. with the Magician. So to have things go correctly, be on the same page again, or get back into the plan so that you're on board with him on how he's plotting his mission to get forward with you. The Four of Wands clarified with the Nine of Swords. He is losing sleep because he's not sleeping next to you, unless you guys are sleeping by each other. And by all means, if he is not getting sleep, it's because you guys are having too good a time together. That's what I'm going to say right there. That is what I have for you, Delaney. I hope that helped. And I wish you the best with your situation with your divine counterpart. Does anybody else have any questions? I haven't been here very long, so I'm going to go ahead and just shout out some tea. I'm just going to read it, and if it needs to have a dice thrown here, here or there, whatever, I will do it. But what we're going to do, and I'm just going to pull out tea. What's the tea? And I will read them. And this is collective, so please don't take them personally. If they're not yours, just let them fall away and give them to who they belong to. Excuse me. What do we have for the collective? So, Lulu. Solution: being a bit delusional can be the solution to achieving one's dreams. Having absolute faith. Number 166. So, being like Delulu, but in solitude and say spiritual Delulu. I'm getting tongue-tied here. But this is a good thing because it can actually put you on the right path. So they're saying it's a healthy version of being Delulu. Diplomatic, number 17. This is Aquarius and Libra energy here. Not taking sides, balanced approach, seeing both sides, and finding the middle ground. So you or the person you're thinking about could be one of those signs. Don't have to be. Walk away partner syndrome, number 132. Feels neglected and resentful, left with responsibilities and feels alone in a relationship. Somebody is alone now and they're feeling some kind of way about being alone. They're used to this because they go through relationships a lot. Sheeple, follows the crowd, easily influenced, number 20. Number 119, negotiation. This is building bridges. Finding middle ground, give and take, compromise, discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. So there's been some kind of conflict and compromise is needed. I'm going to see who this could be so that the impasse maybe needs to be met. So the bridge needs to be built. We have Taurus, Libra, and Aries on that one. Mixed signals, number 40. Somebody could be 40. It's kind of like go left, go right. You know, there's signs to go any which way and you don't know what way to go. Disconnect between what is said and what is done. Confusing and inconsistent, contradictory things. Unresolved drama, number 35. Questions remain unanswered, undecided, mutable confusion, or excuse me, mutual confusion. We got a confirmation on that. Somebody's mutually confused as you are. Emotions beneath the surface. So I'm going to read some of these, and I think what we'll do after I finish them, we will finish up and see if there is a sign or two that Spirit has not let me read, and we will look a little farther into the hidden motives on the person. Actually, I put that deck away, but we can use tarot to do that on the ones that were not formally put into the fold here. Rebound, number 34. Thank you. Next, new life, new lover. Somebody is rebounding. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just do this until I see the numbers go up. If we have thumbs up get to 17, I will do additional on the motives. Sinking feeling. Bad hunch about someone proves true. Sense of dread or anxiety, worrisome realization, and foreboding. No cap, authentic and truthful. Checkmate, 169, upper hand, impossible for your opponent to win. So you have got everything on the board and it's working to your favor at this time. Who could this be? Who is checkmating their opponent? Could be Leo. I have Pisces, Cancer, and Capricorn. Capricorn, of course you're there. Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, and Virgo, because we have Mercury here on the dice, so that makes 2 signs. One night stand, number 33, master number. Temporary good time, single as the actual encounter, non-committal, hookup, and only as the actual gratification. You may already know who that is if that's your story. X on the scene. In the picture again, number 26, trying to get back in your good graces, possible second chances, sliding into the DMs. Who could have their ex coming at them? Who is it that might have their ex coming their way? Cancer, Pisces. I got to roll again on this one. It's South Node, okay, but we don't have a Sagittarius. Okay, it's a Sagittarius, and the South Node is definitely showing up for the past person. Virgo, Leo, and Gemini. Number 112 sees no illusions, no fog or distortions, just the truth of what is, emerging from delusion, third eye opening. Somebody might be a night owl. They like owls. They're a star student in school or something. Well, safe travels, Delaney. I'm so happy that you're going to see him. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for asking. Wow, safe travels, most definitely. It's not a very long way though, right? I can't talk to you in real time like I usually do. So, well, I really hope you enjoy your stay there. So I'm getting the Nine of Swords is going to be, you two are going to be awake at night having fun, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so it looked like a good reading. I think something good is going to happen in, say, what is that, July, August? The end of July, August? I think things are going to start getting really nice. Or that is his intentions anyway. That's what I saw. This is the energy, number 141. Turning that negative into a positive. You are shining from within. Everyone sees you glowing. So we have somebody who's working their magic here. So you might be getting a glow up. Who might be getting a glow up? Let's find out on the dice. Any placements, of course. Okay, we have Taurus, Leo, twice Leo. You got 2 mentions. Scorpio, you got 2, and Sagittarius got 1. A lot of fixed energy there. Tyrant, cruel and oppressive. Somebody's dealing with a tyrant, or they could be. Be careful, beware. 77, blocking finances. So you're missing 17. So, 777 is lucky number, but 888 is supposed to be money, right? But anyway, somebody is blocking you from getting into the vault. Inability to see the bigger picture, lack mindset, and stingy. Hits the spot. So there is a piece of cake on a bullseye here. So it's like just enough. It's just right. It's everything you wanted. The right here feels good. This right here feels good. The best feeling, riding this wave, feeling satisfied and gratified. So it's like knowing that you picked the right person. You know that's your Ms. Right or Mr. Right. Reflections, number 136. That was number 143, mind you, the bullseye. there, the hits the spot. Here is a woman looking at herself in the mirror, and it says reflection 136. Seeing yourself and others, self-awareness, lessons in relationships, and what you meet is what you mirror. Kind of like one of the people that that I know, they say if you want to be a good neighbor, you'll be a good neighbor. You want to be a good student, you know, oh, no, wait. A teacher, I guess. You'll be a good teacher if you want a good teacher. You know, it's you turn it around for whatever that, you know, like a good partner, a good mate, right? You know, you look in the mirror, what it is you want, you'll be that. Kind of the golden rule kind of thing. And then we have power down, number 138. Rest mode. Rest, restore, regain strength, refueling for the next move, taking a much needed break. Reprogram your mind, number 142. If you want to make changes, you've got to do the inner work, shadow work, initiated. So somebody is getting initiated right now to do their shadow work. If they don't already know, I'm going to roll the dice. So this will help clarify for you if it's you. Any placements? Virgo, Libra, Taurus twice, because we had Venus here. And then we have Libra again, and there's more Libra and Taurus and Capricorn. Stacking, 133. Cash flow energy, rewards collected, wins celebrated, the grind paying off, saving money and or investing wisely. Now, this is like a windfall. This is like abundance. So it doesn't have to be winning like a windfall, but it is abundance. It is like a massive quantity. Some of you wonder, what am I doing with the channels? Well, our financial prosperity reads, everything about our structure, stability like that are going to be a lucky girl. Everything adult-centric, and I'm getting some of the moving pieces figured out. Ninth Door Tarot. It's going to be adult-centric. Right here, you get just about anything. Spiritual, physical, all of it. So I might not do adult here, but other, you know, realm kind of subjects. So Aquarius, Capricorn, Libra, and Taurus are on the dice for receiving what this would be as maybe a prosperous amount. That's a nice big amount, right? It looks like a good chunk. And we have another Aquarius, a Libra, and an Aries. Better than that, somebody lit a candle, number 140. Realizing you're better off or you're better than you previously thought. No longer living in imposter syndrome. So yes, you're doing better than you thought because you had told yourself you weren't doing so well. You finally realized with that reflection, hey, listen, I'm doing better than I thought I was. So we have somebody possibly traveling, or they're not sure where they're going. 189, unseen burdens. Carrying emotional weights that go unnoticed by others, pressures, feelings, weight of the world. Feeling the weight of the world. Let me hydrate. Okay, if we can get more subscribers, we'll be closer to the party that we're going to do. So we have 5 to go to get to 600, but my aim is to go higher than 6 because the channels always seem to get a gain and then it reset, it goes backwards. So a couple, you know, to pad, maybe as much as 603, that would be great. But I'll call it maybe at 6:03 if it sits there and it doesn't, move except upward, because we've taken a long time to get to this point. I appreciate all that have helped and that are part of this journey. Okay, this one's going to require, I think, something. So make sure that you have your locks firmly, like protected, okay? You have intrusion, number 100, forcible entry, not minding their business. Somebody wanting in your computer, in your home, in your car. Let's find out who this could be. Well, no, let's do this. Let's ask who you could be. So you'll know whether you should be concerned, because obviously, if you don't know them, what good is it going to do to know what their sign is? So I'm going to ask, who is the person who should be concerned about this, if it fits them? Sagittarius, Libra, Pisces, Gemini, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So take extra measures to protect what is yours, and even spiritually, because we have had some energy in the prior portions of this reading that there are people who would like to prey upon you spiritually. Okay, Carrie, thank you. I see your question. Okay, let me do a couple more of these and then we'll pull your question. And I didn't see it before. And safe driving to you. Be very, very cautious with that driving. Thank you for being here, Carrie. A couple more of these and then we will take a break on this. Drama magnet, number 37. So it says, prone to attracting drama and unhealthy relationships, mood swings, and attention seeker. I was trying to make out the art. It looked like a snake, but it looks like a dinosaur. I can't be certain what this is. We do have a couple snakes here, though. A couple snakes and a couple crows. And we have lazy, number 65. Can't be bothered to do anything, unmotivated and going at their own pace. So if there's somebody that you're wondering about who's just not toeing the line, doing their part, yeah, they're just kind of like feeling apathetic. There's no energy to them. There's a malaise there. Okay, Carrie wants to know, what happy good things are going to happen for me in 2026? You're welcome, Carrie. Thank you. What good things are going to happen? What good things are coming in and will be happening for 2026 for Carrie, please? Okay, there's something about you not getting sleep and a lot of drama around you. And I think that what you shared with me, I think that fits kind of maybe the story, but it could be anything. There's drama and it's led to no sleep. I see the magician here for you. You have the power to manifest out of this, to find your way away from any drama and sleepless nights. You have strength, you have ability, not strength, ability. What's the word? You have all that's on the table, right? You have all the resources. You can actually manifest your way out of anything that is causing you stress. So it is just using what you know and applying it, and using it and staying on task. Yeah. Being married to the cause. What good things are coming in could be marriage. We have Taurus energy, marriage. Okay. So a firm commitment to a fire sign, King of Wands. The Tower could actually come in as shocking to others this year. You might have to stand your ground against anyone who would be pessimistic, though. 7 of Wands, there could be people that would try to challenge it. So you'd have to put an end to any challenges against it. But as far as what's coming in good, you're going to get your flowers. You're going to have your victory. You have the victory energy, the 6 of Wands, and you have the Hierophant. What is the The Six of Wands. There could be jewelry coming your way this year with the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, as to giving somebody who is otherwise seen single a piece of jewelry, maybe to put on her finger. Can I find out more about the Hierophant for Carrie? Queen of Pentacles. This is like a woman who's ready to have a child, or she is chosen because she would be the maternal choice. She would be the one to bring. She's like an empress. She's a mini empress. So ultimately, this is like empress energy for me here in this reading. Can I find out more? Okay, not to be tongue-in-cheek, but you know the old term, ball and chain? I don't know if your Sag says that, but I'm getting ball and chain, as in, now you're mine. You know, you're my old ball and chain. Like, he's funny. Maybe he says that. I don't know, but I do see that the two of you are going to be exchanging ideas about marriage, children, happily ever after this year. I think that you two want to put a ring on it. Justice. I think that the two of you are serious enough. The discussion's getting deep this year. Yeah, you two are stuck on the concept of actually being bound to each other. Say, people who joke, they say in bondage, right? In bondage we love, or in bondage we, you know, but that's not it. It's like he really wants to have the jewelry. And I think that's something that's going to be a topic coming up. And can I get a win? Can I get a win? I saw Capricorn there, but I got double Scorpio, and this is the third time I saw Scorpio show up. So I think Scorpio season may be prominent here. Yeah, he wants to bring justice, and I think that means that he wants to say, we need to marry each other, or you need to wear my ring, or we are pregnant. Now we need to think about things becoming more solidified. That's what I'm seeing. So it looks like it's all related to him, except for the two of you may have to stand on business. You need to zero in on making sure that the lack of sleep is addressed, and the drama it bounces off of you, basically. That's what I have. That's what I have. Can I get one more advice for Carrie? The Nine of Cups. Just don't drop. I was gonna say don't drop his heart, but I guess what I'm saying is, with the Nine of Cups, it's like be gentle through this process. Excuse me, through this process, because it may be there's going to be quirks that are going to cause you drama and lack of sleep that are related to this connection. And so, you know, just try your best to come across, you know, as gentle as possible with yours and his heart, because this has been a hard situation, especially with the world like it is, and you're needing to travel, and I don't know if you've got that worked out yet or not, but just be gentle with both your hearts. That's what I'm getting. You're very welcome. Thank you, Carrie. Okay, so we have some more of the graffiti tea. Agent of Chaos, number 213. Intentionally or unintentionally creates disorder to stir the pot, breaks routines or challenges stability, shifts in energy in exciting or destructive ways. This could be somebody who is showing up in the Virgo read I had prior as to the motives in the workplace or something like that. It could be that person. VIP treatment, number 215. Being treated like you matter. No waiting, no guessing, no crumbs. Someone goes out of their way to make you feel valued, prioritized, and celebrated. Celebrating quietly. Mum's the word. Number 93. Somebody's going to have a quiet and not public celebration. I saw fireworks. So it could be announcing a baby, a marriage, something, moving in together, something very big. Let's find out what signs. Okay, we have Leo, Libra, and we have Sun, which is Leo, right? Okay, so I guess double Leo. We have, this is somebody's North Node. This is somebody's destiny. You have Taurus twice too. I'm going to do one more because Destiny didn't have anybody. I didn't have anything, so we got a third one. So we have Sagittarius, Gemini, either Gemini again and or Virgo. Celebrations could be coming in a quiet way. So it could be about baby, and it just depends. But let's see, what's the celebration? Temperance. Takes time. 8 of Cups. Walking away. Walking away. So would that be, I'm getting kind of like, I know this is kind of hard to wrap your head around if you can't see it the way I do. Okay, so when a woman becomes pregnant, she's walking away from the notion her body has not carried a vessel within it, right? So you are possibly, if you're a woman or you're somebody that has fallen in love with somebody who's carrying your child, right? Or would, like a man, right? And the woman would be. And that woman is going to go from being childless to being with baby, right? So the 8 of Cups for me would, or the ending per se, would be that she no longer is not considered motherless. Now she's considered mother. It's a new title. It's a goodbye to the other title. Kind of like saying that person's no longer single. Now they're attached. So there's a new title. Being single isn't attached. Is a label. Having somebody is a label. You know, being coupled, right? They're labels. Divine masculine, the yang to their yin. Number 95. Executive order, number 214. Somebody is writing out an order, a firm and non-negotiable decision you make for your life or relationship issued with authority, clarity, and no room for debate. This could be in business, and it could be literally, and it could be that your twin flame journey is lock solid. There is no debating it. It has spiritually been ordained. Traffic jam, number 11. This could be Aquarius energy. Stuck temporarily, forced to slow down. Patience is tested, need to reflect and adapt. You're very welcome. I'm glad it does. You have safe travel when you do go, because I don't know if you got that worked out yet, but I do know that things are kind of weird in this world right now. Not in a good way. Yeah, did I do that one for Aquarius? That was for general, but Aquarius did come up on there, didn't it? Yes, keep them locked. We've had more like animal things happen around us, but yeah, it's always a good idea to be extra safe. But if you ever hear it in a reading, it's a good idea to. There was this story that I had a reader give me once, and I totally ignored it. And a week later, I'm like, dang, they were right. And it was not good news. But I tried to just pretend, oh, okay, it'll go away. It's not a big deal. It's not mine. But it was true. It come true. So sometimes spirit really wants us to know things, and they do work for people. Lawlessness, speaking of 133, no regards to law. Rebel thrives in chaos and causes drama. Emotional manipulator. Then we have opposites attract, new and exciting, number 50. So we could have a lunar and a solar that are madly in love with each other. We have rerouted, new route, 10. It is time to take a new route. So like I was telling people that, you know, your patterns can sometimes be your big fatal flaw. So if you have somebody doing sorcery on you, they might use your patterns against you to undermine you. So in any case, it could also be if they're trying to jack your car, because we did have that for some of the signs, right? It could be your car, your home, your computer. It could be your spiritual, you know, your gifts, your talents, your essence. Like an incubus, succubus, they can quite literally get into you through another different path or route. Another way to get there, longer but patient. Be patient. May not be meant for you. So the new route might not be right for you, and it might be needed at this time. So it's a good idea to just be open to trying different methods, different ways. We have liar, fabricator, and storyteller. Somebody has a Pinocchio on their hands. So if you feel like somebody is fabricating something, they're not telling you something, they're not being fully honest or honest at all, you're probably right. Number 39, disowned, feeling rejected and abandoned, wounds around belonging, identity, and worthiness, shadow healing. So this could be any of the signs that I called on earlier that went through this, and Capricorn may need to have some shadow healing. Could be Capricorn, because I did roll the dice, and that does not have to be. But again, this is any placement. So if you have any of this that feels like it could be even moderately yours, then you might need to look more into your shadow work. We have mirrored souls. 199, connecting with someone who reflects your true self, seeing you in someone else. Martyr complex, 235, parent or family member who sacrifices everything and uses guilt to maintain control or moral superiority. So it's like, say somebody who's saying, but I paid for this, and I pay for every dinner out, and I don't know, you have people who do things like this, right? And say you two have a formula, and maybe they are more apt to be able to come up with the funds, but that yet they want to throw it in your face, and they use the right opportunity to do that, the right timing to do that, and it is them trying to play the part of murderer with you. We have spiritual abuse. Yes, that could be the same person. 201, uses religion or spirituality to control, manipulate, or keep someone in a toxic relationship. And so this could be somebody who is involved in one of these new formulated Christian-based religions. It could be spiritual-based. It could be anything, right? Relocation. Someone's going to be moving. This is one that I think we need to check in. See who it could be. Change triggered, number 243. Something has triggered. Something you've done. You did something right, or there's some kind of change of plans in your blueprint. What the path forward is for you. So relocation, change triggered by short trip, a move to another state or country, drawn to a certain location. Let's find out who this is for. Aquarius twice, Leo once, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius. Okay, so 150. We have bad review. Not being seen clearly, negative feedback, public humiliation, rejection or disapproval, and wounded ego. So if you're experiencing this, somebody could have put something on you, like a hex or something like that. I have a big X here, but big red X. So if you had a bad review, it could be a host of ways that this happened. It could be your job is required that there's a critique that is passed, on you after your phone call, or what it is you do, right? it could be that you're online, you do something, say, kind of like what I do right here, right? And say somebody does see the little query that says, how many stars would you give? And they might ask what they would do or whatever with the channel. And they utilize that for a nefarious, they want to bring a bad result for you, and or the bad thumb story. They don't have to thumb up if they don't want to, okay? But to thumb down, it does show up for the readers and people who have content, no matter whether it's tarot or not. Any kind of content, it will show up because they do, with algorithms, collect all data. So everything we do and don't do online, it is calculated. So this person that has this, it could be they have somebody who is targeting them, and I'm just going to roll dice to see if anyone is needing to be aware. Somebody could be doing bad things on them, saying bad reviews, saying bad things on their name, whatever, to give them a bad reputation. Cancer twice, Scorpio once. Scorpio, Pisces, South Node's the reason. I'm going to roll one more time because we didn't get another sign because of that. Sagittarius, Cancer, and Aquarius. So yes, you all could be succumbing to pettiness. Chance encounter, number 134. Surprise connection. Sparks unknown. First impressions. You never know who's next. So you could have some kind of magnetism with somebody, some kind of, like a fiery feeling with someone. You might have a fake friend in your mix. I have a fox here who's having a drink and he's wearing sunglasses. 196, pretender, jealous, insecure, wishes to see you fail in front of me. Now, I think Leo had that for the reading. So Leo, that could be your person. They could denote, like some kind of connection to foxes. They're sly like a fox, crazy like a fox. Better lover, number 166, someone else is better for you. Someone good has their eye on you. That sounds like the reading we had for Cancer. Take it if it applies. If Cancer's listening, they will know. Representation 206. Seeing yourself in others. You finally feel seen because you see someone who looks like you. Cozy zone, number 137. Protected vibes, emotional comfort, nurturing space. I'm safe here. I can breathe and feeling so good. You could be having a tea, a martini, a cup of coffee. You're just enjoying being on your own right now, being by yourself, your own company. Number 132, only me. Inner challenge, getting better daily. Self-mastery, focus. I compete with no one but myself. Being happy with who you are. Somebody is really self-loving, and it is taking hold. I can't do this. 210, mediocre mentality. Thinking you are less than what you deserve. You feel like you're not good enough and thinking you can never measure up. Okay, somebody's feeling very overwhelmed. We have limiting lover, 211. Love interest that convinces you you can't do any better than them, keeps you small, so you do not leave them. Okay, so now we have fishing. This is a concerning one, 205. Presenting oneself as legit, but is actually a fraud. Trying to gain access by any means necessary. Okay, phishing is usually like a hacking term with a TH, right? So catfishing is another scenario. I think this is more about getting your information, getting your money. So we're going to find out who has to worry about fishers or maybe being compromised in some way like that. I lost the dice. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Aries. Aries, you are under the radar. Maybe you're hard to get. Maybe they're trying really hard to get you. You got Capricorn here and Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn again, South Node. So we got to do another throw. Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius. That is what I see. And catharsis, 212, purging, releasing strong or repressed emotions, engaging in an activity that helps release stress or emotions. Yeah, it's time to do some kind of hand art, something that you use your hands so that you can just keep concentrating and not get caught up in, say, some kind of a maelstrom of emotion that might undertake you. Intimidation, number 73, causing worry and triggering fear. Yeah, triggers are sitting all amongst you, all around, so you need to avoid them. So this is the last one I'm going to pull on the T that we have here, and I don't think we're going to have anybody show up who wants the extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up. I'm going to leave it open, not the stream, but I will leave open the offer. So if you need to hear the other signs that didn't get called on, or you want additional, I can revisit this. Okay, so I'll leave it up to the people who show up here. The final card here is 135, flying solo, self-priority mode, loving yourself first, owning your journey. I'm my own vibes, understanding some journeys are meant to take alone, only depending on yourself. Okay, so we're gonna get some advice on the way out for anyone who's here. Thank you so much for the ones that have shown up. Thank you, Delaney and Carrie, for picking your questions. Namira for showing up and saying hello. Okay, so we got self-love again. Somebody's not giving themselves enough TLC. Okay, so you need to let go of something and start loving on yourself again. So that's for who it's for. Also, I keep getting cycles. I got it again. Break some patterns. Break some patterns. Unleash your creativity. Get in touch with your wild side, your untamed side, the animal side. So you go out and you get wild in the grass. So you go play in the grass. Consistently work on healing. Don't forget to meditate. Don't forget to take care of you. Do some dream journaling. Take some time out to just concentrate on what you want from your dreams so that you'll wake up and you'll have the answers you look for. But heal yourself from inside out. Work on things that you don't recognize that are needing attended. If you've never tried it, maybe look for a bone reading. They have some pick a pile bone readings on YouTube. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Your ancestors speak through those kind of readings. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Cecil, make sure that you keep your ritual up solid, because there are entities out here that would like to prey upon a weakened auric field. And we have romantic. So yeah, your creative spark is attached to your romantic side. So be more playful and find your romantic style, how it is you feel and see romance. Maybe watch a romantic film. If you're a guy, just give it a try. There are some kind of funny rom-coms or whatever, the ones that are like they're twisted up, they're made towards guys, right? Just watch something that works for you, just to kind of get the heart working, fluttering, so that your heart center is operating like creatively, so that you're showing up as a new and not in the same pattern kind of energy, not doing the same thing you did with your ex and the ex before that, or this is what everyone else does, so you're just going to do it because they do it, right? And just have a fresh heart going into the next beginning you're going to be in. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I have. And at this point, I would probably be sending all kinds of prayers to everybody at the very end and wishing everything be good for everyone. And all I want to say is, may you all have very high frequency, your healing go well. that all positivity come for you. Okay, all positivity come for you and yours. I wish you all the very best. Thank you for being here. Cosmic Sage, I'm on the way out for this one. Be well.